Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. So it's Wednesday, we are halfway through the week and we have got a snowy map. Now it's not a snowfall map, you do not need the snowfall DLC for this. We're using one of those custom themes that simulate snow on the mountaintops by using a resource. In this case, I believe it is sand, and the theme is so good it really looks powdery up on those mountains. Now if you're looking to play a vanilla style map, then this is possibly a good one for you. It pretty much falls into place. As you're going to see, it falls into place. And if you like things that fall into place, yes, you know what's coming. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for your daily reminder. That's right, hitting the like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. So thank you for your support. Today's map is Snowcap by nerv. Love it. I love the fact it's all lowercase, nerv. Anyway, Snowcap. So yes, the mountains are snow-capped. There is your start square with the highway just entering at the bottom there. It's a little bit dark, but it is, you can see it. And then the resources, couldn't ask anything more than that. That is what resources should look like. Very, very playable. Very playable. Off to the workshop, there is a Snowcap theme, which is right there. Environment changer, I don't know if that's really necessary if you've got a theme, and it does say to use the vanilla temperate LUT, so that's what we're going to use. Anyways, so let's go for a little drive, a little bouncy drive actually. I don't know why my camera's so bouncy today. Maybe I've just been bouncing. A little bit of helium on my breath maybe, I don't know. It's all very good. The standards in today's map are pretty solid. I got one or two grumbles. Nothing that's gonna set the world on fire. One or two. But overall, very nice indeed. And made up for, of course, by the custom theme. We are using 100% vanilla trees, and when you look at the map and you see that they are just the vanilla trees, it's surprising how good they look. And of course that is as much down to tree placement and density as well, and the tree mix. Like we got the world's worst vanilla tree is being used at great loads and loads of them there. Now we're moving to a boreal area with all the conifers and the pines. And into the fog. Now, I'm not going to switch the fog off. We're not going too much into the fog. You'll be able to make out the intersection. It's hidden in the fog and amongst all the trees, and it's really good. It is surprisingly really good. I wasn't expecting anything of this kind of standard. If we come down here to street level, I will come down street level. This is the only really the only really bad thing with this intersection. It's not really even that bad. Come around here, there's some vanilla rocks, and you know these vanilla rocks have the attached foliage. Yeah, we've got a little bit of floating foliage on the highway because of the vanilla rocks. But it's out in the fog, you can't really see it. It's hidden the bugs between the rocks and the trees, and it's minor. It's very, very minor. So I'm not coming down on that. And I'm bouncing around again. I don't know if that's me bouncing over the trees or not. I'm trying to keep the camera steady, but it doesn't seem to want to behave today. Bridge here. No problem with that bridge there. Very happy with that bridge there. And we'll carry along. And we're going to come up to another intersection in a minute. And if you like intersections, hit the subscribe button. Do it now, please. If you haven't already. If you've already done it already, don't do it again, because that'll be a disaster. And another swooping intersection. Again, high standards of intersection. Really do like it. To come down here between the rocks again, and it's all very nicely done, like in the rock work there. But notice the rocks though are the sorts that when you've got the prop snapping mod operational. I'm going to go on about the prop snapping mod a bit, but I think it is quite relevant, because with prop snapping there are certain vanilla assets that float, and you can't do much about them once they're floating, and those are the things that would start floating there. So if you want to do a detailing job on a map, this is going to annoy you somewhat. And you'll see some other assets in a minute that are also floaters. I'll point those on out as we go past. That what's that thing on the right there? Oh, it's everybody's favourite factory. Oh yes, just over here, these logs over here. First of all, I'm not entirely sold on this logged area over this forestry area over here. Just doesn't, I know, but it just doesn't look and feel right. Something about it. But anyway, it's done, it's dusted. But if you're using prop snapping again, those are the ones that will be floating in midair. Which is why I'm suggesting this map for the vanilla build. And so that's gonna knock a few of you on the head, those of you that like to do a detail build. Of course, you can load it up without prop snapping, delete all of the assets that will float, and then load it up with prop snapping without the assets in place. That's kind of what I'd suggest anyway. We've got a missing bridge here by design, and we'll have a look at this on the other side of the intermission, because there's definitely... The best thing about that missing bridge is what you've seen. It's what you don't see that I think brings it down a little bit and is going to cost it in the detailing stakes a little bit. Intersection here, beautifully done again. Really good intersections on this map, and all feel very appropriate for their location too. And nip through here. We've got one of these. Oh, we've got the cave, the park life. I don't like. I'm going to say it over and over again. I don't like this asset. There's a lot of things I do like. This asset isn't one of them. Hoot! Anybody in that hole? Nobody in the hole. I am a mole and I live in a hole. And anyway, start square. Start square is perfectly fine. Look at that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And we've got something down there. You're going to like today's asset. It's a good one. It's the Luxor Resort Pool by the king himself, King Leno. This is glorious. Glorious. And factoids, because we can. Anne Bonny and Mary Read were 18th century pirates who wore men's clothing and fought alongside their men. When they were caught, they escaped the death sentence because, unlike most pirates, they were able to claim that they were pregnant. That was uncanny, wasn't it? You know, that they happened to be pregnant. Oh, anyways, what we have here, we have some lovely lovely detailing. I love the tiling as well. Everything about that pool is just spot on. King Leno, you spoil us. None of these assets are anything that I personally would use in a European build, but they're lovely. So there we are, the Luxor Resort Pool by King Leno, and we'll head back along the roads because we have places to go and people to see and things to do, and the rail to find and decide whether or not we like the rail. Do we like the rail? I'll let you know when we get to the rail. Is this okay? That's fine. That's fine. I thought there might have been a missing bit of road, but there wasn't a missing bit of road. But yes, there you go, vanilla trees. We've got a liberal usage of the world's worst vanilla tree, and it works in combination with that one with the broad leaf, the broad canopy. I think they go really well together. I'm surprised. I'm very, very surprised. Bridge is lovely. Lovely bridge. Going into tunnels, and then if we skip through the mountain, you'll see the edge of the map is where the tunnel emerges, and that's where your traffic's going to come in from over here. Now, just a little bit down the edge of the map over here, we have the rail. Where's the rail? Come down here, find the rail. Now, the map has an overall realistic feel to it, although obviously the mountains around the outside is like a little bit creative. The terrain just feels real throughout. You see the undulation. There's just, even the riverbanks do kind of have a realness to them. So, shall we treat this as a realistic map? And if so, how strict are we going to be with the slopes for the rail? It looks pretty smooth, doesn't it? It looks pretty smooth. Nip through here underneath the road, and I think we might switch the terrain lines on in a minute. How about here? So let's have a little look. Not too bad. We've got a little dip here that is a bit steep coming up on the other side. That would have been smoothed out in real life by grabbing some of the earth from either side and just leveling it out. Then we get a bit steep, and it is a little bit steep for a little while, and a little bump there. So you can see where we're going here. It's not bad. It's within tolerance in terms of gameplay. If you're playing as a realist, then you might want to go and do a little bit of work to the rail lines just to smooth them out, if that's your thing, you know. That's your thing. I think on this particular map, I wouldn't worry too much about it. We do have a little bit of a climb up a hill here, by the way. This does crawl up the hill a bit, and it is a little bit steep. Over here we can see we're climbing these sort of 1 meter increments as we're going up here. It's just a little bit steeper than real life would permit. But I don't have a huge issue with it. Not on this particular map. I wouldn't be playing this as a realistic map. I'd just be playing for fun on this one. I think there's a lot of fun to be had with this map as we go into the forests and off towards the edge of the map. Which means it's time for...
Are you worried that you aren't using all the best mods? And which ones best suit your needs anyway? Then you need the community voted top 10 mods of 2019. Click the information button now.
And so back to the shipping routes at Snowcap by nerv. And there's no real issues with these. They come in, they jut out, they go to destinations, and they go back out again. And they're absolutely fine. We've even got air routes that just bend their way across the map, and they don't intersect with each other, and then they go off the edge of the map on the other side. So that would be fine too. No problem with those either. Water flow, we have a real river. A real river. That then, well, we just got this bending, this natural bending as we go down to the river plane itself. And it's all good. It is all very nice. The question is there sufficient water going through the start square? Well, let's have a little look at the start square area. Just about. It's a little bit narrow, but it's definitely accessible. So therefore, we will we'll kind of let it be. Okay, so let's have a look down here. The terrain, it's not perfectly flat. There is some mild undulation. Nothing that's going to break your city. You're going to have a reasonably balanced playing field there going on. We've had a little look at everybody's favourite factory, haven't we? I think we have. But yes, I don't know about these. I don't know. Am I really sold on that? I'd rather there was just forest there, or have it completely clear with maybe a pile of logs in one corner. That I think I prefer. A pile of logs just in one end. Or, no, you can't do a pile. We've got some of these fields. I won't call them fields. These are the industrial areas, the resource areas. And they are in clearly defined patches. With the fertile land and the ore and the oil in blocks. I think that is definitely really encouraging in terms of gameplay. I like that a lot. A few blobby bits of islands there, that's fine. This isn't so fine though, by the way. I haven't seen this for a long time. We've got some drowned trees, little cluster there. Oh dear. Sorry about that, drowned trees. Please save the trees, don't drown them. Don't drown them, it's a bit mean. If you want to drown the trees, tweet me about it on the edge of the sofa. Go on then. Okay, now let's have a look at these mountains, because I did promise you we'd have a little look at the mountains and the theme and the way that the snow just looks like a dusting. Look at the dustings of snow there. That is really very lovely. Great theme, and all credit for using such a great theme with a vanilla map. So you get the vanilla feel, but also great backdrop as well. Great density of forests as well, and not just the fact that we have really lovely thick conifer forests going on here, but the way that it just blends and merges as we go down into the valleys, like down this way. Where are we? As we go down into the valleys, and you see see how the biodiversity changes across here, and we then merge into these lowland style trees. I think that's really good. What more can we have a look at? We haven't had a look at this, the missing bridge. Now, where was this originally from? And I would suspect we've got a rail line here, and it's angled that it looks like it probably joined up with this rail line at some point. The thing is, that's about as much as I buy into it, because when we turn on the terrain lines, there's a big drop, a big drop down here. And I would say that there would be at least some earth movement along here, maybe a cutting or something going on here, or a tunnel, something to indicate that that connected up. But it's just a standalone missing bridge, and it just, while that itself looks really good, it doesn't make any sense. So for me, that is kind of a detailing error beyond what you see there. What more? Let's see a start square over there. We've seen the start square. Have we had a look at the river properly? Have we had a look at the overall map? Just like the overall of the map is really lovely. Great design. Oh, I'll tell you what we haven't had a look at. Out here in the sea. And that is, you can make it out down here. Ah, it's the Essential Lighthouse. This is really nicely done, by the way. But do you know what's more nicely done? Do you know what's more nicely done? Put your teeth in. This one over here. Another one over here. And this one is even more so. Like this a lot. You moor up your boat and then you go and do your day. And it's another orange lighthouse. Orange lighthouse, no returns. Anyway, what do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the viewer's choice top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Well, only you can decide. You and you alone, along with all the others that are voting. And then we'll put it all up as do you know what? Another map that I feel's got a good chance of making that top 10. Aesthetically, now, even though the mountains are pretty, I think overall it falls into 3-star category. Help. Teeth really have fallen out. 3 stars for aesthetics. Detail. Do you know what? The detail makes the map. Because although the aesthetics aren't there, it looks right. It feels right. Apart from 1 or 2 areas, apart from 1 or 2 minor bits, which stop it from getting a 5th star, but I'm giving it 4. Very good. Gameplay potential. I would give this 5 stars, but for the fact that a detailer won't really enjoy it so much because of the floating props. And so therefore I'm gonna give it 4 stars. But it's very playable. Very, very playable. Like this one a lot, Nerv. Well done. Like to see more from you. And I do like the Snowcap theme as well. Well done. Great map. Well, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Join me tomorrow for another map in the What Map series. I've got a special show coming out on Friday. It's a 1-shot. If it's popular, I'll make it a 2-shot, maybe make it a series. So make sure you watch out for that one on Friday evening. There's an old map on the screen now if you want to go and have a little vote on that. The vote's gone up this morning. And of course, there's something else on the screen that you might want to go and have a watch too. Thanks for watching. I've been BonBonB, and you have been very, very welcome.